So recently, there's been a little drama happening between JiDion and TommyInnit of all people. And you know, that's probably like the last two people I think would be in drama together, or at least a little internet spectacle together. But now here I am wrong. So Salty, what happened? So recently, JiDion went to TwitchCon in the pure irony of the fact that JiDion is banned from Twitch. Which, that's a funny little side note to this entire thing, is JiDion got banned because of the Pokimane thing. And then went up to TwitchCon, so, I mean, JiDion, I guess. But at TwitchCon, a lot of different Twitch creators and streamers went to TwitchCon, obviously. One of those people being TommyInnit, which, you know, we love TommyInnit. We stand Tommy. Unproblematic. But then JiDion decided in, you know, the 15 levels of purgatory that is his trolling to take part in the trolling of TommyInnit, which I thought was pretty funny. I mean, it's normal JiDion things. But then TommyInnit goes on to accuse JiDion of where his trolling is to the point of harassment and bullying, and to the point where it actually harmed the fans. Before I get into deep detail and reacting to TommyInnit's sort of little clip from a response stream towards JiDion that basically summarizes what he thinks on the situation, I really encourage you to subscribe with post notifications on. I don't know why I said that so sincerely, but yeah, you should subscribe because it's free content on, well, not on a daily basis yet, but you know, we move, alright, people? Alright, in August, we're gonna be uploading a lot more frequently, so you'll get good content then, alright? So just be patient and subscribe right now. Something great's about to happen. But back on track. But recently, after this event occurred, multiple fans were outraged at JiDion, stating that if he put any of the footage that was recorded at TwitchCon of them, that he would be mass reported, or anything along the lines of, if you do this, then we'll be mad. Which, JiDion is well renowned for not caring. After this entire outrage that the fans all had about the situation, TommyInnit came out onto their platform to discuss it publicly after getting in contact with people at TwitchCon, as well as getting in contact with the fans that were quote-unquote affected. Now, JiDion has already reacted to this clip on his stream. I implore you to go watch that stream. I'm not going to watch it because it was like 4 hours and 20 minutes, but you, the viewer, probably have enough free time to do so. I mean, hey, it's the summer. But this upwards of 4-minute clip essentially displays how Tommy thinks the situation went down as someone being there, and that it was bullying and harassment, and to a degree where it possibly could have harmed fans' perception of meeting TommyInnit, which I think he responded not so bad for handling the situation wise, but if it was just JiDion doing JiDion things, which is just literally him trolling and making jokes towards people, and not to a degree where he was actually doing something bad, that's what I consider JiDion things, by the way. So when I say it throughout the video, yeah, that's what I mean. But if he was just doing JiDion things, like if he just does what JiDion does, then TommyInnit is massively exaggerating the situation along with his fans, because they are a soft community. That's just it, they're a soft community. I have to stutter when I say soft because I almost try to hold myself back, because soft is such a, you know, garbage term that's been used throughout our lives nowadays, throughout like the anti-SJW community, which is kind of cringe. You know, if you say, oh my god, this generation is so soft, you're kind of cringe, bro. You're kind of weird, bro. But with that all being said, let's get into this, because I'm trying to hop on some Valorant with the guys after this.
During my meet and greet, this troll dude creator shoved into the line and started being a dick to you lot, being super rude and just prick.
What JiDion was doing after he took the photo with TommyInnit. Yeah, I mean, if this was the extent of his behavior throughout the line, Tommy, I argue that you're over-exaggerating things, but then again, we must wait until JiDion, you know, comes out with the evidence. I'm gonna make a follow-up video once that happens, because I believe that this is actually a pretty good situation when it comes to being interested in it, because I am. But in that sense, Tommy, if, again, you're over-exaggerating what JiDion did, and if what he displayed in the end of one of his vlogs actually shows the extent of his behavior throughout this entire thing, then Tommy, I argue you're over-exaggerating and kneeling to your audience in a way that's actually just apathetic.
First of all, I'm sorry I didn't see him earlier and sort him out. I spoke for a long time with the Twitch staff about it afterwards. I didn't really know what to do, and they were so caught up in making sure I was safe that they didn't check up on you lot, which is really annoying, but I'm sure they'll have more security on at the lines at San Diego. I'm also getting in touch with the creator right as soon as the stream's done, since they recorded loads of it without, like, my consent or the fans' consent. And I don't
entirely know how recording without consent works, but I'm gonna assure to you that JiDion could not care less. Like, I mean, it technically is a public place, and it's also a social media platform where, you know, posting things and recording things and streaming things is quite a big thing on the platform in general. So I don't entirely know how laws would work out with consent of recording. But again, JiDion does not care, right? I'm not saying that to implore him. I'm not saying I support, posting things without people's consent. But again, if it's technically not deemed illegal, then there really isn't much of an issue aside from the fact that you don't want it up. And in that sense, if it isn't illegal, then again, you're making a big deal out of nothing.
Sure, they'll do the right thing and not publish those sections. Me and my fans are in.
Cult Classic by Playboy Cardi starts to play. Yeah, no way. You clearly have not done your research by any means into who you're really dealing with here. I'm not trying to hype up JiDion as some big bad menace or anything, because that's kind of cringe in my opinion. But again, you have no idea who you're talking about, which kind of shows Tommy didn't do his research before speaking about this, which I deem as a bit childish, or at least not taking necessary precautions, because if you did research this, then you'd have a way better, well-formed opinion on what JiDion is actually going to do in the situation and how you can handle it better, which I think JiDion, who am I talking? TommyInnit, God. I think Tommy has handled this video pretty well so far, or handled this situation pretty well so far, because from, like, the viewpoint of one of his fans, I would definitely be implored to have this, being up, and, like, all this support being given towards me, because, guys, yes, I actually, like, look at other people's viewpoints, because I'm open-minded. What a shocker. Guys, I'm not just biased towards JiDion, I just think he's right. Well, actually, I really don't know yet, but I'm assuming that because I make assumptions because I'm a weirdo. But again, I'm only assuming that because JiDion's just doing JiDion things. Okay, I gotta stop ranting. But, like, again, it shows the lack of research, whatever, yada yada. Next clip.
Anyway, chat, this happened. Some dude shouting at my fans, shouting at you lot, just being mean with no purpose, and it sucked.
Yeah, but, like, if he was being mean and it sucked, that's just the extent of it. Oh, it sucked. Well, whatever, this shouldn't be that big of a deal. Earlier today, someone was mean to me, but, like, I'm not making a stream about it where I have /serious in the bottom left corner. I understand it sort of affects your fans, but, like, it doesn't affect your public image whatsoever, nor it shouldn't affect them. And again, if he was even being mean, which I argue that he's just doing jokes, he's just having a laugh, but even if he was being mean, let's say that was the extent of it, then I guess you, like, say, oh yeah, I'm sorry that happened, but I cannot change anything now. I'll definitely try and handle the situation better in the future. You don't have to make, like, an entire 7-minute dedication out of your stream to talk about a troll. You're just giving him the attention he wants. In this case, I'm not even defending JiDion at this point. You're just giving him what he wants. He wants a response. He wants this. Tommy goes on to talk about how he was bullied in the past and that he just wants everyone to be themselves, which, while being a righteous virtue, I'd argue you don't know what bullying is if you don't understand that giving them attention is exactly what they want. So Tommy, you're giving a bad message to your fans, or just not the best one you can give, which you're sort of arguing that you're doing in this clip. But you want to we move? God, I'm only 50 seconds in, man. It's already like at 8 minutes. Holy!
It really threw me off, and like a lot of people in the line. We can get hearts in the chat as well. I'd appreciate that, because I'm kind of nervous.
Why hearts in the chat though? Why hearts in the chat? What do the hearts in the chat do? I'm being a little edgy in this video, alright? I'm gonna admit it. I'm being a lot edgier than I usually am, but that's because, come on, man. I'm talking about a well-known troll here. Come on, like, be concise, man. Can we get some hearts in the chat? I'm pretty nervous. For what? Tommy, all of your fans are on your side. Tommy, no one is not backing you up on this. You have way more, like, what are you possibly nervous about? That JiDion's the boogeyman, that he's hiding under your bed. JiDion's not hiding under your covers, waiting for you to fall asleep at night so he can pop out and spook you. Alright, JiDion did something trollish towards your fans in a TwitchCon meet and greet. Like, bro, he's not goddamn Jack the Ripper lurking the streets of London. I don't even know if that was where Jack Ripper was, but we move. We don't care about that. That's not that big of a deal.
But no, really, it really threw me off, and a lot of people in the line, it upset. I was really sad about this. I was really angry about it. And I'm not, like, guys, I take pride in not being an angry person. Like, I'll get pissed off at Tubbo, but I'm never really angry.
What a knee slapper, Tommy. What the fuck is even that? Like, I'm sorry I'm being so edgy in this video, but I can't help myself. Like, I don't usually have an issue with TommyInnit. He's not that big of a deal. He's not on my radar for #1 public enemy, right? This man is not the Dr. Doom of my life, but this clip just makes me so angry. And I'm guessing it's because he doesn't really, well, it's not that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He obviously knows what happened, and I wasn't technically there, so I'm being pretty biased in this video. But you really don't know what you're talking about or who you're talking about. You're making this heartfelt, sentimental apology to your fans and criticism against the bully JiDion, which is not something we do around here, alright? Maybe I can understand if you did this to someone who was actually being generally mean, then maybe I'd support you in this situation, but you don't know who you're talking about. We don't do that around these parts. And like, why do you talk about how angry you are so much? Like, we get it, you're mad. You're mad because someone trolled you, but it has never been an issue to you ever. And obviously I'm not gonna blame Tommy for not being an issue. I mean, he's a really big YouTuber and is in a way different community that JiDion is. But all these fans who have known about JiDion priorly and then started getting on JiDion's case. I've seen so many, why isn't this guy an issue before? Why haven't we been talking about this? It's because you're ignorant. You don't care until it happens to someone that you like, which honestly I can understand that sentiment. But when you go around criticizing someone for something that in reality may not even be that bad, you can't be saying, oh, well, why wasn't no one talking about this earlier? We could have taken precaution. Because you don't care until it happens to you. Let's get real.
Never actually angry. And I wasn't planning to talk about any of this publicly, but it made me, like, actually pissed. And I just want to share a few words with my stream, with chat! Okay, so, you know, first thing I did after speaking to the staff was message everyone that was affected by this dickhead and just check that they were okay. They were. I got confirmation, so that was really good.
Kind of a W if you ask me. I mean, that seems like the right thing to do. Again, I don't really, this video is pretty good if you ask me in terms of dealing with the situation. But it makes me overly angry because it's good at dealing with the situation. And you may be asking, why is that salty? That makes no sense. Because in general, if JiDion was doing JiDion things, this is a complete and utter overreaction. That's what gets me angry. Well, and I'm sounding like Tommy here. What am I saying? I'm saying, like, I'm angry. But it's because Tommy doesn't really know, I guess, about JiDion's past behaviors, so he deems this as morally unacceptable when this has been a thing for so long to the point where no one else thinks it's unacceptable. Probably because, you know, justifiably it isn't unacceptable. It's quite acceptable. It's just like a tiny inconvenience. He's been doing this for years and no one's cared. I guess he's gotten into a couple controversies, but that necessarily wasn't even because of his IRL behaviors. His biggest controversy was because his fans did something. Not even that he did something. Maybe he may have encouraged it, but I don't think he encouraged it to the extent that it was done. Like, that was his biggest drama, is that he was trolling. How do you not know? That's probably the only thing that I really don't like about this video. And I'm going to continue to use it against Tommy because he explores it to all new levels.
That's the most important thing. But it feels important to speak to you lot, like everyone, about this. You can't do that to people. You just can't. Okay? I don't want anyone to feel like they're in fucking school being made fun of when they're lining up to meet me. It's like, I won't have it. Don't make fun of people for being passionate about shit, being happy. It's fucked. Won't have it. The other thing I've really thought about, but it is worth saying, is I got bullied, right? I think most of us have had some experience dealing with pricks, and that can really put you down. You know, when I was at school, I would try to fit in, and it sucked. I did not enjoy trying to fit in, and I was bad at it.
So if you got bullied, you'd understand the concept of being bullied. So you'd understand that this isn't necessarily bullying. This is like at most being made fun of, which when JiDion was walking back, he at most mocked them. And even then, I saw like half of those people in that goddamn line after he was running down saying, "Oh my god, Tommy touched me," in a really funny voice. Now, half the people in that goddamn line were smiling their asses off at this guy. A couple were even laughing. There were like a couple that looked at him weird. That's probably because either they were at the end of the line or they just thought he was weird. Not because they were getting harassed and bullied. Also, bullying is like a repeated behavior of, well, this behavior. It's a repeated behavior of being made fun of. This is the one time he's done it, and the only time so far he's done it. So how could you claim bullying? You're like one of those people that are getting spam harassed on the internet and claim cyberbullying when you can literally just, like, I don't know, maybe turn off the phone. That's not necessarily the same scenario, but you get where I'm going.
I want you all to know, since I've only learned this over the past few years, that you don't have to do that. If you are passionate about something, keep being passionate. Don't let bullies like this get to you, because I promise you, you are fucking cool. Like, I think the thing me and my friends tried to highlight to all of you is that you could just have fun with the people around you and be yourself. All you people that make art and joke and tell jokes to your friends and that are kind. You are so cool. Please don't stop being cool ever. Don't stop being yourself, please.
Honestly, that's kind of a W sentiment of just being yourself and not trying to put on a mask or whatever. I'm not gonna make that stupid ass joke, but yeah, it's kind of a W sentiment from Tommy. Again, I like the way he's handling the situation, but I also don't like it because he doesn't understand the situation. Or again, I keep saying that he doesn't understand, but I mean that he doesn't understand JiDion. So if it wasn't the situation, I'd argue that this is a pretty good response.
And you know, it's good to occasionally have moments like this, so you can go, fuck, okay, I don't want to end up like that. I don't want to end up being mean. I don't want to end up being a bully.
Tommy, you're brain dead. You're so brain dead. TommyInnit. You could have said anything positive, which you don't have to say things positive, but throughout this video, you've been trying to be positive as much as you can, and I'd argue that it's been going pretty good, and you're sort of saying, no, not to be mean, not to put people down, always be positive, be happy, be nice, and then you say this. You go and say this, Tommy. Tommy, no, Tommy, you messed up your argument. Tommy, you literally could have said just like, oh yeah, it's a good moment to reflect on, that we should be ourselves or whatever, because that's a sentiment that you've been pushing for this entire video, but you say, oh, I don't want to end up like him. He has millions of subscribers and excuse me, goddamn. Oh my god, I messed up my words so bad, my brain just had like a half aneurysm. I just had a stroke. But yeah, no, back to what I was saying before I had a stroke. Tommy, JiDion has millions of subscribers, is successful, can do what he wants. This is why he does it though, because he can do what he wants, has a lot of money, has a great life, and enjoys, or I assume he enjoys what he does. So you don't want to, I'd want to end up like that. I want to have millions of subscribers. I want to have money. I want to be able to do what I want. Of course, I'd love to end up like JiDion. What do you mean? Like, again, this shows a lack of research, or maybe he's just being ignorant towards it. Who really knows in this case? But I can't wait to see JiDion's video come out on it, because that will really decide whether I'm wrong or right.
And I think I'm so, like, upset because of all places, like, my meet and greet is a fucking safe space for a special moment for people in the line. And for me, it's a really special moment for me. And it should not be the place that you're on edge or anxious or nervous because of some prick being mean. All right? It's just not. And I'm sorry, even if for a moment it was.
Like, it'd be such a good response, bro. It'd be such a good response. I could so understand where he's coming from. If this quote-unquote being mean was making troll jokes, bro. Like, I'd understand so hard where TommyInnit was coming from. I'd understand it so well. But I can't come from where he's coming from. Like, this is the same thing I'm saying. You're complaining about your meet and greet being your special safe place for yourself and others, and it shouldn't be ruined by some prick being mean. But again, you're ignorant to the issue until it happens to you. This is a blatant example of that. It goes for everyone, right? And I'm not gonna argue that that's something necessarily bad, but when you make claims like these, it is. Okay.
I get trolling can be funny. I've done it before. But you can't be mean to people. You can't be malicious, especially not my people, when they're happy and excited. And honestly, literally for just everything, do whatever you want, as long as it's not hurting anyone. And this was hurting people. I spoke with Phil, Rambo, Wilbur, Jack, George about it, and just everyone. And we were all so disappointed and upset. Don't do this shit. Don't do this shit, ever.
Okay, Tommy, do whatever you want as long as it's not hurting anyone. Alright, when I see the footage come out, when I see that goddamn footage come out, and if it's just him making minor mean comments that could possibly offend your fans, then I am going to break something so violently and viciously that you will hear it all the way down in America or Britain land or wherever you resided, because I cannot genuinely express to you the pure levels of fury that I will be experiencing if all of this has just been JiDion doing his normal trolling. Everyone thinks it's bad. Never do this. Again, if I see if it's just trolling, Tommy, I'm gonna be unbelievably mad. If I see it's what you're saying and it's actually mean insults that are offending people to a degree that I'd be offended by them, then maybe, and just maybe, I'll side with you. You know, I'll probably side with you, and I'll probably be like, yeah, JiDion, that was unacceptable. It was someone's great time to be enjoying their experience, but I swear to God, Tommy, I swear to God, if it's just some trolling, brother, if it's just some trolling, please get out. And that was the end of the clip. I'm way too tired. This has been like a 15-minute video at this point, and I've been recording for way too long. I thought I was just gonna record for 8 minutes, but it turns out not. So yeah, if you enjoyed, then hit that fat subscribe button, and there should be 2 videos on the screen now that will redirect you to another video that's exactly like this one or quite similar to this one. So if you enjoyed, go click on those. Go follow my Twitter and my TikTok linked in description, as well as my Instagram. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye.